Today we're going to be making a soap. It's Rootbeer Float, and I'm using the fragrance oil from Wholesale Supplies Plus, the Rootbeer Float. It has a lot of vanilla in it. You really wouldn't even have to color your soap. It has 17%, but I'm going to put a stabilizer in there so it doesn't turn like black, and we'll try keep it a brown. And I've taken and I've just melted some of the white, melt and pour, and I'm trying to let it cool down and get thick, and we'll try use the ice cream scoop. I'm not sure if it'll work or not. If it doesn't, I'm gonna take and just make balls, and then we'll cut it in half. I could whip it with a mixer, but it gets a little airy and holes in there, and I'm afraid it'll turn my white dark once the fragrance oil has been added to the brown base of the soap. So as you can see, it's getting thick, and I need it a little thicker so we can try push it out of that scoop. If it don't work, I'm just using my hands. I'm going to make some balls. It's still a little too thin. It'll probably harden up on me, and I'll have to remelt it to get other scoops out, but we'll give it a try. I do think it's too thin, but let's try it once and see what happens. I think it's still too thin. Let it go ahead and harden up a little bit. See if we can get it out. There we go. I have to work fast, I think. Move in here so we can make one more. Kind of messy. And we'll take what's left. Get it all in our scoop. There we go. Okay, we're going to let these just set up a little bit, and then we will pour our base. Okay, I've melted our clear. And I like to mix my fragrance with the stabilizer and let it set a little while before I use it. Probably wouldn't need it with a brown mica, but it might turn black because of the vanilla content. So we've got our fragrance and stabilizer in there. Then we're going to add our color. Got our brown. Okay, so we're going to take and we're going to pour a little bit of base in the bottom and let it get firm before we take and put our ice cream in. So I'm not quite sure how much. Okay, so we're going to put that in. We're going to spritz it to get rid of all the bubbles. I'm going to let this set up just a little bit so it's hard enough, has a skin, so we can set the ice cream scoops in there. So we'll be back in a couple minutes. Okay, I think our bottom base is hard enough, so I'm going to go ahead and spritz it. I'm going to spritz our ice cream scoops. I think I'll get 4 of them in there. I'll put them together. Okay, I'm going to check the temperature on our brown. A clump in here I want to get out. About 135. I don't know if it's a little too warm. We'll try it careful. Spritz it. Hoping to keep my ice cream in the middle white. I know some of the brown will seep in, but I think most of it will be okay. I need to save a little bit of room on the top for our whipped topping. So I'm going to stop there. I'm going to spritz it, and I'm going to let it set just a couple minutes, and then I'm going to go ahead and put my straws in. I want to put them in ahead of time because once I do the topping, it gets really hard really fast. So we'll let it set just a minute, and then we'll put our straws in. Okay, I'm going to check and see if I can get these in or if it's going to be too soft. We do have, oh no, we have the ice cream under there, so that may catch them. So they'll stay. And then we'll trim them down afterwards after we pour the topping. Leaning on that ice cream. It's soft right there. Shoot. Okay, now we're going to finish letting it set up totally, and then we'll come back and finish up the top. Okay, we're ready to put our topping on. I took and poured a little bit down along where the straws are because I thought it might be hard to get in between and in back of them. And I just took and melted some white again and just going to whip it to give it a little bit of a topping. I don't want it too thick or I won't get it in there. Leave it back pushed in here, and then we can take and just cut off. It gets hard so fast. Okay, we better get our little root beers in there. This is kind of what it looks like, and we'll let it set all up, and then we'll take and unmold it and cut it. I took and unmolded the root beer float soap. When I was finishing up, the topping got really hard quick, so I had to hurry and put the little embeds in there. We'd put in the straws in there. So I have cut it, and not sure if you can see that. That's the little root beer float. And on this one, I'm going to have to switch it to the other side because the ice cream scoops are there. So that's the back, and that's the front. This one is the regular size side. There we go. There we go. Got them a little crooked. You can see them a little bit better. Okay, so that's it for this project. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.